everybody. I'm live and you guys are here already. Oh my gosh. Well, thanks so much for being here. I'm Yaya. I feel like the first minute of every live stream is a little awkward because it's like, can you hear me? Can you see me? Is everything okay? So hopefully you can all see me and hear me okay. And so I just wanted to thank you so much for being here. I don't go live that often these days. I really should change that. But tonight is a wonderful special occasion, and you've been hearing me talk about it all week. So I really appreciate you guys all being here. I'm seeing somebody from Melbourne, Jen Stasser. Hi, welcome. Thanks for being here. How late is it over there in Melbourne? Thank you so much for staying up so late with us. I see some friends. I see some friends and familiar faces. Hi, Rose Scarlett and Joseph John Lees. Nice to see you here. And of course, Phil is here. Yay, hi. So thank you so much all. So yeah, it's 10 a.m. on a Saturday in Melbourne. That's not too bad. So you just had to get up early for me. Thank you. Anyway, as you can see, I have plenty of wonderful fabrics behind me. These are all fabrics from my new fall 2021 cosplay fabrics collection. And let me just say, it's been really interesting designing and putting together a fabric collection during the pandemic, So I'm just really stoked to be able to do this live and show you guys some really wonderful sneak peeks because Cosplay Fabrics sent me awesome sample yardage. So I can totally get into it. So for sure, for those of you who may be new here and may not know that much about me or the fabrics, I mean, obviously I'm a cosplayer and I've been sewing for about 20 some years, and fabric is has always been one of my passions. So it's kind of crazy that I fell into this line of work. And so for those who are new, I'm just going to very quickly talk about how it came to be that I started working with Cosplay Fabrics. So in 2015 was when I got approached by Cosplay Fabrics, and the company is actually called Yaya, and they have been in the fabric business for decades. And they really loved the initiative of seeing cosplay becoming more mainstream, and they wanted to create a fabric collection with me, and they specifically even created the Cosplay Fabrics brand because they believed in it so much. So from 2015 to 2016, over the span of a year, we started putting together our first collection, and Cosplay Fabrics, they brought them to JOANN, which JOANN in America is the biggest fabric and craft chain store. And it was really amazing to actually not only be able to offer the fabrics through Cosplay Fabrics, but actually through JOANN. And right now this video is me walking through and seeing one of my collections for the first time in 2018, because since 2016, we have released 2 collections per year. So this was from my visit back in 2018, and also visiting some of my McCall patterns that we made. We made the mermaid with some of the cosplay fabrics. So yeah, I don't know. Anybody else miss going in stores and shop in person? I do. I still order online as much as I can. I don't go into that many stores, but I have been to that JOANN since, and they've totally renovated it. My store, the local one to me, is the Kennesaw store, which they have totally renovated to be super fancy. But anyway, these fabrics are from the new fall 2021 collection, but they are hitting stores now. So they should be in your local JOANN now, which is why we're doing the live stream to let you know, so that if you wanted to, you could go tomorrow morning and you could go pick up some fabrics. Just as a reminder, my collections are seasonal, so they are not around the entire year. They basically sell however much yardage that they buy. So if you see something that I'm going to present that you really like, just try to get it sooner rather than later, because if they sell out, they'll be sold out. So anyway, wait, I just totally blew someone's mind. True Scorpio says Kennesaw. What? Yes, I live in Atlanta. And I like how Teresa's like, Joy is my first stop tomorrow. Love it. Anyway, so and yes, Jen makes a great point. In Australia, Spotlight carries some of my fabrics, and we'll have a Q&A session after the fabric presentation, and we can answer questions like when Spotlight will carry the new collection as well. So anyway, oh my gosh, I just want to sit here and read comments because it's been so long. Hi, Andy. Thanks so much for showing up. So anyway, I think I should probably start my presentation. I'm getting all distracted. Anyway, okay. Let's do it. All right. So officially, we are launching the Cosplay by Yaya 2021 fall collection, and the first fabric I will show you. I have my wonderful spreadsheet here. I have to start with the mini rubber geometric print. I am so excited about this fabric. I don't know if you can see, and I think we'll have videos playing too where they'll be nicer. But look at the texture. Look at it. Just look at it. Oh my gosh. I've been wanting to do more rubberized textured fabric since I started working with Cosplay fabrics. I've been like, can we do it? And the process takes so long. It's really, and especially because we have to make so much yardage, like thousands and thousands of yards. So finally, we're at the point where we really can comfortably design and make rubberized textures. So these are on a really nice stretchy knit. This is actually very similar in feel and weight to the hex fabric that we've been carrying for a long time that everybody loves. So you'll get sort of the same type of feel and same type of results, but it has a raised rubberized texture with a honeycomb print. I mean, just look at that. It photographs so incredibly well. I can't even tell you. Like, we are going to have it in red and in blue. This is like a dark blue. This looks so great. I'm actually about to make a costume with this coming up. I'll announce that in a few weeks. But the navy, this in person, it actually looks brighter than in the video there, but you can see the wonderful texture that it has. Seriously, photographs so nice, like unbelievably. I used the black of the mini rubber hex to make my pants for my ranger costume from Dungeon Fighter Online recently, and I was just shocked at how well it photographs. And so we will have the mini rubber geometric print in the navy, the red, and in white. So you can dye it with a synthetic dye, so iPoly or whatever synthetic dyes that JOANN carries. And we will also offer it later in the year in black as well. So lots and lots and lots of great options. There are new comments. I want to see what you guys say. The dark blue would be great for Superman. Yes, the red and the dark blue, like Captain America, Superman, go for it. You know, the Eternals coming out. Yeah, you'll find use for it for sure. And yeah, I'm just so happy. And hopefully, like, if this is something that you guys like, that you want us to do more of the rubberized textures and such, sort of like the direction that Hollywood is going with all the superhero suits, like we're always open for feedback. Cosplay Fabrics and we always love to hear your feedback, and we always want to continue to push the envelope. Like, what's so exciting about textiles is really like the processes develop and the techniques that you can make textiles develop, and now you can do like multiple textures and prints over each other, and you'll see some of that later too. So it's really, really exciting. Anyway, in that vein, the next fabric I want to show is the mini dot hex silver. Mini dot hex silver. And first of all, look how shiny it is. And it also has the hex honeycomb pattern. And the amazing thing is it's backed on a really comfortable like fleece. So it's super, super soft. It feels so nice against your skin. And it has some stretch to it. So, I mean, I just think this will be great for either like high fashion or various cosplay. You can even make armor and then like overlay it. Like I want to see people make breastplates or shoulder pouches and then like overlay it on top of the armor. I mean, it's just gonna be so great. Yeah, like look at this. Look at that. Look how nice. Yay! I just like look how nice that looks. My elbow looks really nice. So, yes, very excited about this one. Mini rubber geometry, what is it called? Mini dot hex silver. All of our fabrics, like we have to name them to like when we present them in stores, and I am sometimes a part of the naming process and sometimes I'm not because there's just so many. So I think Indra comes up with a lot of the names, so thank you. Anyway, let's see. Cosplay used to be so difficult for us, Sarah. Yes, you said it. It really, truly, all the struggles. I just truly want to, like, I want to do a panel where it's just listing off all the difficulties that we used to go through 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It was just like crazy. Let's see. Yes, Celeste Orchid says, I was toast thinking cyberpunk fashion. Yep, totally cyberpunk. You can definitely do something with the metallic hex. Anyway, I'm gonna just keep going. The silver reminds me of Thor's sleeves. Yes, that also. Whatever it inspires to, that's what I love. I love getting inspired by fabrics. I've made a lot of costumes just based on a fabric that I saw sometimes in a market in a foreign country, and I'm just like, what is this? And debating how much I can carry back in my suitcase, and then I make a costume from it. I've done that so many times, and so now it's really exciting to be able to design certain fabrics. Anyway, the next one that we have, sort of in the same vein of raised textured, rubberized, this is the stretch rubber scales. Very dramatic, very cartoony. The gold scales is actually a 3D texture. It has a rubber finish over a spandex backing. So it is also stretchy. And I mean, I think the possibilities are quite, it's very versatile, but I love how dramatic it looks because how large the scale print is on these. Let's see. And right now, this fabric is only available in the gold, but hopefully we will be able to make it in another color. That's always things, like a lot of times, like I have a fabric that I'm like, I want to offer it in 8 colors, but it's really like the store space is limited, so they can only buy so many different SKUs, and each color is a different SKU. So I've had to learn to sort of sometimes be like, all right, we can only offer it in 2 colors, but they hopefully chose the 2 best colors, the ones that will be most useful. So like this next one here, this is the Python rubber texture in green. And I don't know if you saw Loki. I saw Loki. I designed this fabric before Loki came out, but I feel like it's a good coincidence, right? So I just would love to see somebody make anything Loki related with this. The scales are rubberized, so if you want to be alligator Loki, this is your chance. Please somebody make alligator Loki. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Madam Hydra, yup. Anna Marie says Madam Hydra. Yes, I actually need to remake my Madam Hydra because the fabric I made it from like almost 10 years ago, it is like not holding up very well because it was like green like vinyl anything was very hard to buy back then. So my options were very limited. So you're right, I might have to do something with this, revitalize my Madam Hydra costume. This fabric also comes in blue, which I think it looks gorgeous in blue as well. So I just love this. So yeah, look at the video. So the rubber gives it a shine, and it's just like so exciting that we can now make fabrics with texture on top of a pattern. J. Joseph says, I need the green scales to update my Lady Loki. Yes, yes, you do. Please get it before it's gone. That's all I say. Like, the collection is seasonal. I wish it could be around year round, but it's not. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? Am I going too fast, or everybody happy, enjoying? I hope. Teresa says, this is what I need in all caps. I love it. I really enjoy it. I like the enthusiasm. All right, so we're going to keep going. I'm making a huge mess on my floor, by the way, that you can't see. I'm just throwing fabrics in a pile, and then after the stream, I'm just going to roll around in it, just so you know. That's going to be my after stream activity. All right, we're going to move on to, this is the 3D mini bubble animal print. So this is a cool fabric because it is, it's started off as a fur fabric. So you can see like it's fur on the backing, but then there is a embossed vinyl layer over it. So it has this bubble texture on top of the animal print texture, and it's a really beautiful neutral gray and black. So this is very high fashion, actually. So I think it's very unique. It would be great to make a jacket out of, or you can, you know, I can definitely see some fantasy costumes, barbarians and such using elements of this. Very cool. I just want to check the comments, what everybody is saying. All right, nice. So Amara says, I got your book and I love your detailing on your cosplay journey, tips and step-by-step on how to cosplay. Thank you so much, Amaris. Appreciate it. Sheridan Williams says the animal print reminds me of Cheetah from Wonder Woman 84. It does, actually. Yeah, like you could do like a fashionable Cheetah costume or Cheetah fashiony outfit. Yes, very Snow Leopard. I agree. Also kind of like Cruella de Vil. I can see her wearing stuff like that. Anyway, so the next one I have so much of and I love, and I'm totally going to make something with it. This is the Vertical Premium Faux Fur. And we're going to definitely need a video on this because, oh, here, it's kind of showing it up. So incredibly soft, so wonderful. If it was winter, I would totally make a blanket out of it to snuggle into. I probably will actually. But it's has a vertical grain throughout it, and all I have to say is I wish I'd had this a couple of years ago. I feel like, you know, this would have been great for Daenerys's coat. I mean, that infamous crazy winter coat. So if anybody wants to do that, I have it now. But I just think it's fantastic, you know. It's so soft. How soft is that? It's very soft. And I have so much of it. Look. I'm going to try to carefully lay it down. So yeah, like we don't do that much in fake fur because JOANN has their own fake fur, like they have their whole fake fur section. They like doing it themselves, but I really like doing different fake fur, you know, like this is very unique and different. And also most fake furs are really thick, super thick. This one is super soft and actually really light. you know. So I feel like, and it has some stretch to it. So there's a lot of unique features to it, and I feel like people could really make something very unexpected with it. That's what I like. Black cat suit trim, you could totally do something like that. Yep, and it would look different than every other fake fur out there. So, oh, somebody from Greece is here. Hi, Gregory. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. I'm moving on. I'm doing well. All right, good. All right, so then the next fabric is really unique, and it sort of ties us into the brocade section. This is a metallic tiger, but it's a brocade. So again, I like doing weird fabrics that are like just unexpected. So has a very, very eye-catching and very striking tiger stripe pattern, and really gorgeous color. I just love the color of it. And then it's made as a nice thick brocade, so has a lot of structure to it, if you can see how well it sort of drapes. And I feel like you could totally do something really amazing and regal with this. So I just think it's fabulous. And again, looks very expensive and luxurious, and that's what we want. We want all our fabrics to look like they're really high quality and very luxury. Anyway, Tiger cosplay. Yes, if you want to. Hi from Mexico. Hi, Caesar. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. And Blaine. Hi, Blaine. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Yay. Nice to see familiar faces. All right, so we're going to move on to the brocades because I know that's probably what many of you have wanted me to talk about. And I feel like the brocades definitely are the ones that I got the most comments on, and the brocades are the fabrics that we are the most excited about this season, this collection. So we're going to start with the 4-season French brocade. And I mean, come on. Like, I have wanted to do more brocades. We did them a couple of years ago, and we've done like a few here and there, but I'm so happy that Bridgerton came out this year, because I think it really helped us in selling the brocades to the JOANN team. Each fabric collection takes over a year to put together. So we have been wanting to do brocades, but really unique and striking brocades for a long time. Like, this pattern is not very traditional. It's very modern looking, but it still has, kind of a very European sense to it. And it was really crazy that Bridgerton came out and we're just like, whoa, these fabrics are very similar. Like, who is this costume designer? I actually ended up researching the costume designer because I was like, do we share the same brain or what? Like, I just thought it was great how they blended sort of the historical with the modern, and that's definitely like what we had in mind too. So we were able to get the JOANN team to pick a few more brocades this year because they were really excited about Bridgerton as well. So we're just like, yes. So this fabric is great. And I also love how thick it is. It's truly, there's wonderful structure to it. Like, you can put this fabric through the wringer. It's really just fantastic. I can't stress enough how well you'll be able to tailor with it, how well you'll be able to drape it and create really interesting pleats and such. It comes in this blue with red flowers, and if I can get to it, it also comes in this mint green that is just fantastic. So I need to make something with this. I do not know what, but I just think it's such a cool color of mint green. It's and then the flowers have blues and pinks in them, and it's very, very spring, very summer, very festive. This fabric just makes you happy, so I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Anne Rogers says, I seen that mint one already in my JOANN's the other day, and I need it so badly. It would be so pretty for a Rococo style. Yes, totally, totally think Rococo. Before the pandemic, I was gonna go to the Versailles Ball and had tickets and was gonna make a Rococo gown, and that just never happened. Unfortunately, everything got canceled, sadly. But I totally was researching Rococo dresses as well. And I will still do it one day. Dang it! One day I will make a Rococo gown. Let's see. Next up, we're going to talk about the Duchess brocade. This is another one that I am in love with. I'm just so happy they picked this color. So this is the ivory gold, and I mean, it looks like it truly is like $100 a yard fabric. I think it's the pastels, sort of there's like pinks and blues, very pastel-y. There's also like this coppery gold, very fine outline on all of the florals and the swirls. And I mean, it's like, I love how the pattern is sort of uniform enough overall that you can truly make a gigantic gown with it and it won't look too busy, but it's so pretty when it moves in the light, the way that it catches the light. So I'm just really stoked for this fabric. And also, like, we went with really bold and large patterns this time. So, like, in the past, we've done brocades where we've done very small repeating patterns. Now we're going very bold. That's like the trends are sort of more larger, bolder brocades these days. So yeah, look at that. I mean, look at that. It looks so nice even on my like webcam. And this fabric also comes in gold and red. So the Duchess brocade in gold and red. And we wanted it to like actually have like the gold be the base fabric. So I think like a lot of times when you do gold and red, it'll be on like a black base, which we have that as well on one of our other choices. But this one is really cool because it is a lighter background with really striking large gold patterns. So there's like red in here, but also this plum purple. So it's not like the darker shade is not black. It's like a plummy purple shade. And I think it just goes really well together with that champagne-y gold. So yay. Candy says all these fabrics are absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy. I think so too. I'm so proud of this collection. Like, it was not an easy thing to create a whole fabric collection in quarantine. We actually created both because all of last year we've been working on the spring collection that came out a few months ago, and also the fall collection that's about to come out. So we literally created 2 whole fabric collections during quarantine, which meant lots of Zoom calls and lots of like hoping that the internet works. And like tonight there's like storms in Atlanta. I'm like, I hope my internet doesn't go out. But it's been really, really awesome and rewarding to put these together. So anyway, we definitely, I'm seeing some questions, and we're going to answer questions after the presentation. I'm almost done, I promise, and then I will answer all your questions. So we just have 4 more fabrics to go through quickly. We have the Byzantine metallic brocade. So this one is a little different, feels a little different than the other brocades that I have just now presented. It is, first of all, more like uniform overall patterns. The patterns really like go into one another and sort of create like this more blanket space. And it also, from the theme, the other brocades are more European. These are more Middle Eastern, and sort of like feels a little different. And also, these are lighter, so they're not as heavy as the other brocades. They would work really well for capes, anything that needed to flow. And I really like fabrics that just have like a really nice inner layer as well. So like this is the outer layer, with the red and gold, but then on the inside looks really nice too. So I love fabrics that you don't have to put lining in. Like a cape where you don't have to put a lining in because the inside already looks nice. I'm like, yes. Yes, thank you. Anna Maria says Moroccan. Yes. So that's more where the inspiration is from. So we have it in the red and gold, and we also have it in black and gold. So, but the gold is a darker gold, so more antique gold, which I think is great. And that sort of helps everything sort of blend in and gives this fabric more of a, it's not as, how do you say, if it was like bright gold, I think it just would have maybe been a bit too busy. But this darker copper, I think is fantastic. Like I totally will do something with this black and gold, especially, I think. So yeah. Let's see what Jace Joseph says. I see that red gold fabric for my fire fairy costume. Yes. Go for it. Very fantasy and historical, Yay. All right, so then the last two that I will show are rebuys. So these were in a collection last year, and they did so well that JOANN decided to buy them again. So this happens every once in a while with a fabric. This one is the brocade floral velvet, and it's one of the most I think just fancy fabrics that we've ever offered. It truly like goes into the realm of high fashion and couture, and it's just so unique. The velvet is nice and thick, the backing, and it's almost like a velour. It's like a velvet velour feel, and then the patterns are just huge. So I love the branches and sort of like the little details as well as the really large flowers. And there is the techniques that was used to weave this gives the flowers also like a 3D effect. So that's what's so exciting about textiles is like now you can do all of these different methods to create textiles that give you pattern on top of texture, and then you can like add metallic threads in to like give it that extra pop. And so it's just really exciting, so yeah, I'm very stoked about this fabric. And then this is another rebuy. My gosh, I'm just like try not to knock over anything. The large metallic floral brocade that we carried last year, and thankfully they are buying it again because it is one of my favorite fabrics probably ever, just period. But I mean, everything about it with the just very Versailles Rococo sort of royal feel of it, and the different flowers that have pinks and dark pinks and blues in them, I just think are so fantastic. I actually use this fabric also as curtains for my Yennefer photo shoot. So it is, again, very nice and thick, totally drapes very well for curtains. And as always with brocades, there is fraying. That's just how the fabrics are made. But I always recommend for people to just stock up and buy like pinking shears. You can buy them on sale sometimes, and having pinking shears, it keeps the fabric from fraying. And or if you have a overlock serger machine, then that takes care of that. All right. So that was most of the fabrics from the 2021 collection. So we do have a few other fabrics in the collection that I didn't show just for time and, because I ran out of space to display things. But definitely check them out at your local JOANN store or online, joann.com. The fabrics should be there now. They should also all be online. And so if your JOANN for some reason is not carrying all of them, check the website, because they've been getting much better with shipping and with filling orders online. And I think shipping is like a flat rate $8, which is really not bad. I bought a lot of fabrics last year from the JOANN website. It was totally easy enough to do. Sarah's like most. So yes, it's not all of them. Like I think I left out about 6 or 7 or 8 different fabrics just because time wise. So yes, check them out at your stores. And I also feel, Queen says shipping on JOANN is free right now. So yes, take advantage of the free shipping on JOANN's website and get yourself some of these fabrics. But definitely go into the store if you can feel them in person. I think it's really hard to explain how some of these feel. And while you're in stores, I also want to tell you that we started carrying brand new foam clay. So we've added foam clay to our foam crafting collection, and it's up on their website now. It's really awesome. I wanted to carry foam clay for a little while because I think it's such a great material that really is easy to use. Like I used to sculpt things 20 years ago for cosplay out of Model Magic. I don't know if anybody remembers Model Magic, and this is like the better Model Magic. This is like actually gonna air dry well and not crack. So foam clay is fantastic. Very happy to do that. Yeah, so that's my Valkyrie headpiece where I use foam clay to sort of sculpt out the star at the center of the headpiece. And like you just let it dry for 24 hours and then you can literally shape it with a Dremel tool. Like it goes from this lumpy piece to actually really nice and sharp. And you can also press it into molds. That's really cool with foam clays. You can have a mold, like a filigree mold and something cool, and just press the foam clay in and just wait 24 hours and it'll dry and you have the piece. I'm trying to see. We have some more people joining us. Innovative Cosplay, hi, nice to see you. Tori Hart says, love that cosplay. Thank you so much. And Phil says, I used Model Magic for my Maui bone necklace. Yes, Model Magic in a pinch, but foam clay will last a lot longer. It'll like you'll be able to use it very similarly. Phil, you probably used like Model Magic before foam clay was available, probably, like me. Anyway, so I want to open up questions. So yes, I saw some questions fly by, and I want to give you guys to think about questions about either specific fabrics or the collection, or really anything cosplay related. Feel free to ask away. I'll take questions. And while you are thinking about the questions, I want to announce the winners for our giveaway. So on Facebook this week, we had a giveaway where 2 people could win $150 in gift cards. And let's see. And today, it ended at noon. I picked the winner. So I'm going to just announce them. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, let me check. Make sure that, yes, I'm just going to announce the winners. All right, cool. So our first giveaway winner, and you will receive a $150 JOANN gift card, is Eleanor DeCas. Are you here? I hope. on one of the lives, Eleanor DeCos, congratulations. We're gonna message you and oh, there you are. Yes, Eleanor DeCos. Congrats. And you ask, when will we see new trim designs? Very good question. I'll answer that in a second. So our second winner for a $150 gift card is Mary Bo Berry. Mary Bo Berry. I thought that was really cute. Like, what a cute name. So congratulations, Eleanor and Mary. We will message you, and please check your private message. Please check in like the other folder, request folder, whatever. Check in your spam folder on Facebook, and make sure you answer answer our message so that we can get the gift cards to you. And so yeah, thank you all so much for entering the giveaway, and we will do something like this again in the future. And I'm just really stoked that all of you guys are here. Yay! Oh, Tina is here. Hi, Tina. Thanks so much for being here. Yay! And all right, so I am going to answer questions now. Let's see. I have a list of questions. Indra is helping me compile them. So question, where to buy the fabrics. So all the fabrics are available on JOANN.com and at JOANN stores. And we have some selections from the current collection as well as past collections on cosplayfabrics.com as well. So for like, JOANN is a US only company. So I get this question every single time is like, where can I buy it internationally? And until a store like Spotlight in Australia is willing to carry it, it's going to be online. So cosplayfabrics.com will carry a great selection, but hopefully like there will be more stores in other countries that might want to carry it, That'd be awesome. And I think JOANN is going to start doing international shipping at some point. I don't know if that's still accurate, but I've heard that. So let's see. Someone's question is, are all the bolts the same width? The bolts are not all the same width. They range from the item. Like, some are 55 inches and some are 59 inches. And each of the bolts will say how wide it is. But all of our bolts really are fairly standard, so you won't have a fabric that is like really narrow or something. Let's see. Oh, Judy is here. Hi, Judy. Thanks so much for being here. Yay. Maris asked, will you be attending MegaCon Orlando? No, I have no plans for MegaCon. They invited me before the pandemic hit. And of course it got canceled. And they invited me to a couple of their other shows, and everything got canceled, and then I haven't heard from the company yet. So it's like, I can't just go to conventions now willy-nilly. It has to be really planned out. So I will go to a convention if I'm invited, and I can also, have some safety and, things in place. Like, I just think it's important to still be careful. So I'm not going to randomly go to a convention just without a reason to be there. Anyway, so let's see. A question is, are there any new textured foam in the future? We are not doing textured foam at this time, mainly because the foam that we already put out, it didn't sell that well. And like, I have no control over the pricing. I thought they were a little high in price. And I thought that JOANN didn't really do that much in terms of promoting them, and so they just didn't sell that well. And so, of course, if something doesn't do that well, it's going to be difficult to convince them to buy more of it. Because a lot of the things, like, we always have tons of ideas and we want to do all kinds of things, but what we can actually put in the stores is dependent on the JOANN team and what they like and what they think will sell. So we can give them lots of ideas and feedback and, inspiration and such. But, you know, in the end, like, they also have to look at the numbers. So I hope that with, like, conventions coming back, people are going to do more cosplay and make costumes again, and hopefully we'll be able to, just have more activity and maybe be able to innovate a bit on future collections. Let's see. I think there was a question about, like, if the Python rubber is available in other colors like black. So right now it's only available in green and black. Like I said, it's difficult to convince them to put in a bunch of the same fabric in different colors because it takes up space in the display. So we hope that the green and blue will do well enough that we can start offering black. Obviously, it'd be really great. But I do believe that it is worth a test to see if the Python rubber could be either dyed or painted, you know. Let's see. What cons will I be attending? So I have currently I have Carolina Game Summit coming up. That's my first convention back since KatsuCon 2020. So that's August 6th through 8th. I'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina. And it's a small convention. That's why I felt really comfortable trying to go. They, have, like, definitely lots of like, safety measures in place. And so I think it'll be really nice to come and have a weekend to cosplay in person and do my book panel and meet people. I know some people always wonder about Dragon Con. Honestly, Dragon Con is up in the air. Dragon Con depends on how the situation looks and what else they're gonna announce and what other information we're gonna get. Like, obviously, I'm in Atlanta. I'd love to go to Dragon Con, but, like, I hope I'll be there. But it might only be at the booth. Like, well, I might just only do the vendor booth and just, you know, not be around too much just because I don't know. Let's see. Will the original chainmail print come back? I don't think so. I don't think we're doing the chainmail print because it was very one-dimensional. It was just a print. And now with us being able to do textures and such, I would rather do a chainmail that also had some texture to it. So we would most likely develop a new chainmail fabric that was, like, more exciting and innovative. Celeste Orchid asks, what current anime and fandoms are you into at the moment? So I started watching, like, Chinese dramas because I wanted to improve my Chinese understanding. Like, I kind of was, like, really missing my family and was kind of, like, lamenting, sometimes having difficulty talking to them over, online. And I was like, I just want to improve my Chinese, hearing comprehension and such. So I started watching Chinese dramas, and I'm, like, super into it now. And now I want to make kung fu costumes and such. And I'm also still watching lots of anime. So, of course, excited for Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer Mugen Train. That was, like, the first movie I saw this year. I'm losing my voice because I'm talking so long and I'm not used to it. And let's see. Of course, I'm keeping up with all the Marvel shows. I just saw Suicide Squad in an advanced screening. It was much better than the last one. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but it definitely was more, like, what I imagine this Suicide Squad world would be like. So that was pretty cool. David Hunter asked, did you see the Castlevania series yet? Yes, I binged all of Castlevania and I made a Carmilla costume that is very close to being done. And I'm just scared to wear it to a con. I literally I made this dress out of 10 yards of velvet and it's so heavy, it's so hot. And I'm just I think I'm going to do a photo shoot with it soon, but scared to wear it to a con because I'll need a handler. I'll need like a Hector to, you know, carry the dress around. So, all right, more fabric questions. Let's answer some fabric questions. Any plans for taffeta fabrics? Is chiffon and the Fantasy two-tone Dupioni fabric coming back? That's a great question. I love the Fantasy Dupioni fabrics, and I really would love to do more like it. And we are developing some more fabrics in ombre and sort of that in that style, but with a twist. And we presented them to JOANN for 2022. So hopefully we'll get some good news and be able to show them to you. But I definitely want to make more very fantasy, whimsical fabrics. It's just literally the development process, it's 12 to 18 months out. So what we're working on now won't come out till next year at this time or later. And it's really hard to keep quiet about it. But we definitely are wanting to make more like the Fantasy Dupioni. How you gonna? And so I just definitely want to make sure to reiterate that all the fabrics that are under my collections, they are seasonal, which means the store buys a certain yardage and they sell them until it's gone. So there's no rebuys, there's no restocking. So that's what seasonal means, no restocking. So if you see something that you like, if you have a coupon, consider buying it, because I just have heard too many people, being upset because they saw a fabric that they wanted and then it was sold out by the time, they thought to buy it. So that's the sad part. And that's an issue that I've always had as a cosplayer. Even for me, a lot of these fabrics will not be available to me a year or so down the line. So I always have to think what might I want to use in the future? So, but I think that's what creativity is. If these fabrics were available every day, all the time, then they wouldn't be special. There is a little bit of that. It's cool because it sort of fuels your creativity at the time. And I as an artist, sort of being inspired by the material and sort of getting in on it while the inspiration is hot, and instead of just thinking, oh, it's going to be here forever. So fabrics are seasonal. They're not going to get restocked. However, we do have a small but growing section of basics that are the top sellers, the ones that have always consistently sold, the ones that, are really nice foundational fabrics. And those are available year round. So the hex is there, the low stretch pleather is there and such. So if we can get more info on the basics, I can go through those. Let's see. There are some questions about Spotlight. So JOANN has a very specific structured system they go through. Spotlight, they really buy what they like. So they buy a smaller quantity because, it's much further away and with shipping and everything. So we don't know what Spotlight is going to carry sometimes. Sometimes it's a surprise to us. And so right now, if you're from Australia, and like, we encourage you to buy through the Cosplay Fabrics International website, because we are not entirely sure when Spotlight is going to carry the new collection. Will there be new trim designs? There will be, but the cycle is a little different. Like the fabrics, we're fairly confident it will continue being 2 collections per year. With the trims, it's a little less certain. It's like we've kind of cycled them out when some of the stock runs low. Like we always have trims that we present to them. Like I always have tons of trims ideas, and a lot of times it's like they'll get to it when they have space, because it's all about space on the shelves and such. So we certainly want to refresh the trims in 2022. They just placed a new trim order like not too long ago, so I think the trims are going to be there for a while, but we'll have more next year, I think. So let's see. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. More lace fabrics. Yes, I would love more lace fabrics as well. Again, like I have to offer them like a really unique lace fabric. You know what I mean? Like, because they already have like their casa collections and they have their certain laces. So whatever I offer has to be really extra and really avant-garde and different. So that's always the so sort of the catch, because like for I like how Eleanor is like, buy up that trim so they'll order more. That is true. If you buy up the stock, they will probably want more. So yes, and Spotlight is pretty spotty. Oh my god, no! I liked Spotlight. I liked visiting Australia and going to a Spotlight store, and I think that they definitely really they have a real passion for cosplay. But the pandemic has changed so much. Like Australia all is like in a lockdown, so like I don't know, man. So much has happened in the last year and a half, so it is really just, yeah. I'm just happy that we're still making fabrics, honestly. I'm very happy. Your superhero fabric is great. Thank you so much. And are there any chance of collaborating with some established IPs and Zeroth? So I am less interested. Like I think like that it would be really difficult, and I also how do I say it? Like with the costume community and like with the IPs, I feel like they do a lot of licensed fabrics already. Like JOANN does a lot of licensed fabrics, but they do them with like the characters on them, the cottons and fleeces and such. So it's always difficult to break into a market that is already established. And also, I would really rather do fabrics that can be really versatile. I've never believed in 100% accuracy in costumes. I think it's really limiting to be like, I can't make this costume unless I have the exact fabric that the character wore in the movie. Like, I think that's so limiting, and that's not the cosplayer that I was raised to be, if you want to say that. Like, I was raised to alter fabrics and to be inspired by characters, but then to create something that's more unique and also speaks something about me. And I think nowadays, definitely the accuracy issue is like this. It's such a cool thing that we can make things using the same materials, or we can like get use 3D printing or the same tools to make a costume as in the movies. But at the same time, it's also where like a lot of potentially judging and criticisms come in. That's where accuracy bleeds into, well, you don't look like the character, or you're not the right skin tone for the character, so you can't be the character. So I have always been of the opinion that cosplay should be about creativity and about inspiration and a form of expression. So fundamentally, I'm kind of not that interested in making, like, just going to Marvel and say, can I just like have that pattern from this character? Like, can I just have the Scarlet Witch pattern? And like, where's the fun in that? Then like this fabric can only be used for Scarlet Witch and not for anybody else. Like, I would rather people see one of our fabrics and be like, that really gives me the feel of that character. And then to be able to see somebody else use it for a totally different character or for their own unique characters, make something that's theirs. So sorry, that was a rant, but probably not going to do IP related fabrics anytime soon because we just want to keep innovating and doing unique and original materials and such. So, all right, let me see. Any other questions? I don't even know. How long have I been streaming? Okay, I've been on for about an hour. That's all right. Yeah, so Sarah says, yes, a little too elitist at times. Yeah, like that's just, I talked about it in my book as well, just sort of like the pitfalls of in falling into the accuracy path of cosplaying. Like, I think it's really impressive when somebody can really look like an actress or an actor and really make a costume that is screen accurate. I think that's quite the feat, but we really just need to remember that there are different ways of cosplaying too, so that every way is valid. And I've just always been of the opinion that you should not put that much stakes in accuracy. Ariel Hood asks, can you try to convince McCalls to make a pattern out of an evil queen costume? I totally have tried. They have not said yes. So my evil queen, the mermaid dress with like the jagged edging, I've totally tried to convince them, and they just haven't agreed so far. But maybe in the future, I don't know. Like that's always the thing as a designer collaborating with these other companies. It's like I can suggest a lot of things, and I can advocate for certain things, and I can come up with designs, but not every single one will go to market. And there are a million different reasons for that. Like a lot of times, like we just like with McCall's, we can't offer every single pattern in plus size, or even like in plus size. For some people, the patterns are not size inclusive enough, and those are like, I have no say over that. I can say it'd be great if this pattern was also in plus size, but they're not going to make it unless they think they're going to sell a certain amount. So, like, I really enjoy collaborating and doing these types of collections. But I think like it's hard to explain sometimes what my involvement is, like it's I don't own the companies, I don't own the distribution. I'm just a designer. So let's see. Could I use your red brocade to make a hat? Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. I've seen people use my brocade to upholster their car, like the inside of their car. Yes, they tagged me. It was crazy. So, but it's yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. What about new cosplay patterns? Yeah, like, what do you mean cosplay? Like the McCall patterns? Yeah, I will make more McCall patterns, but it's also not as, it's not like I just hand them a bunch of designs and they're just like, all right, we're just gonna make all of them. So there's a process. Would Katie asks, would there be any chance of any heavier wools or woven fabrics coming out? So anything that is like considered a basic, like if it's just wool, we can try to sell it to them. They're probably not going to buy it. Like the JOANN team will probably not buy anything from us that is not super weird and out there and unique. That's just sort of the lane that we chose, and that's what we're known for, and that's what they come to us for. So if it is like a silk or wool, something that is very specific and basic, or just like plain velvet, I think you would do better searching specific outlets for them. And there are plenty of specialty shops for those types of materials. But for us, we're gonna keep doing weird patterns and weird textures and combinations of things, because that's like where my passion is. Like, I don't think I want to just be a fabric seller. I want to really inspire creativity with the fabrics that I bring out. Uh, so like even if I need sateen or velvet, I'll just go somewhere, that I know like that has worked for me before. But if I need something weird, I look through my stash. Would you make a fantasy themed faux fur? Yes, of course, of course. Like, but again, it has to be really weird. So, oh, Ashley just said something really nice. Thank you so very much. My sister and I both think you've contributed the most to the community. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Um, and have you ever thought of making spandex, lycra, and knit fabrics for your future cosplay collection? So some of our fabrics, like we started off with spandexes, and in the new collection, we do have a couple of new stretch fabrics that are really day glow in color. So check them out, because you don't get that much day glow spandex. So we'll keep doing those when we can, for sure. Let's see. I have no idea where I am answering questions. Like, if I'm supposed to answer certain questions, I'm not. Please, Cosplay Fabrics team, let me know. I'm just going to keep looking at the comments and answer what I see. So, Sarah asks, you've probably answered this in the past, but how do you keep the ladies up in a costume where the chest and cleavage is shown? So, it's all about structure. It's difficult. It's difficult, let's just say. Like with my evil queen, I have like clear straps on like the on my shoulders, and sort of like they're hidden a bit from the cape and from the dresser. But yes, very difficult to do structured costumes. Like, I can never just see a design and just like whip it up. It always has to have a lining. It always has to have interfacing. It has to have boning. It has to have built-in bras if it's like a bra with a really weird shape. Like for Lady Dimitrescu, I cut up 2 bras in very weird shapes, and they're sort of like snapped into the dress is snapped on top of them. So a lot of costumes I have to sort of like think about how to keep the structure because of the weight, or because of just the way that they're made to be. So I don't know, they're like all weightless. And like with the Carmilla velvet dress, I'm like wearing 10 pounds of fabric. How do I make sure it stays? So structure, it's all about structure, because then your costumes will last longer as well. Like wear and tear, they'll be able to withstand it better if you have the proper fit and structure. But it is a lot more work to make, because you have to basically mock everything up, make sure it fits really well, and then you have to create sort of the right boning structure for it, or make the lining. Like, it's just like twice the work to have to line a costume. But all my costumes are always lined, just because I learned early on that if you don't line something, you'll wear it a few times and then it just it just rips on you or something. Laura says, I don't know how I would have gone this far in cosplay without your patterns. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm really glad. I'm very, very happy to just have this opportunity to keep making, useful materials for the community. It's like all the things that I wish I'd had, and a lot of times it's like things that are also really useful to me. So I really benefit from all this as well. I've used a lot of my own patterns for costumes, and of course I use my fabrics all the time, and my trims. So uh, structure is still important, even with the body of a 12-year-old boy, right? Yes, structure is always important. Like, do you want your costume to only, be able to be worn 3 times? Or do you want to be able to wear it for a couple of years? So it is certainly, that's always the thing. Like, if I'm going to put all the effort into making a costume, I want it to last. I want to be able to wear it again and again. So, all right. I feel like we're reaching the point where I have pretty much answered every question. Wait, one from Kendi that I just saw. I'm like going through the comments. Kendi asks, I was wondering what size EVA foam would you recommend to make as a corset for Scarlet Witch from the new show? So use the 5mm foam from my line. Totally can make a corset. 5mm is great for making structured armor pieces like a corset. And like, just make sure that there is a reinforcement in the closure in the back. So if you want to put a fabric backing or Worbla backing, something for the closure so that the foam has a reinforcement. But 5mm is totally fine because you're going to end up adding certain, details on top of it. Like, you could use the half moon dowels to create all the different lines that she has on it, and that adds a bit of structure to it as well. So, yeah, definitely. Any plans for a stand-up collar pattern? The vampires I like have them. Yeah. Like, I think there are some stand-up collar patterns around, but I would want to make one with like foam backing. Like, I would just like design one that had foam as a structure inside, but then we would have to make sure to like give the right instructions on how to do that. What's your go-to seam stitch for your costumes for wearing all day or multiple times? I do try to use my overlock whenever I can, but I overlock the seams and then I go through and do another like seam as a reinforcement. But usually it's probably like on my Bernina, it's a 2.5. That's the standard seam, and I think it's okay. Like, I don't think I need to go much smaller than that, but I really like using the actual stretch stitch instead of the zigzag stitch for stretchy fabric. So the stretch stitch on your machine, it's gonna look like a lightning pattern repeatedly. It's not a zigzag. It's sort of a lightning pattern, and that is made for fabrics to stretch after you sew it. I really, really like that. Leslie asks, have you unveiled the finished Carmilla yet? No, I haven't. It's pretty much done. I basically just have to make the shoulder pads and then do a makeup test, and it's done. But I want to build a set, so that's probably what I'll do in August, is build another castle set and try to make it look different than the last one. And then I got a new Victorian chair, so I now have a couch as well as a chair, but I've been looking for a chair for a long time, so I have the chair, and I want to just do like the lounging in the chair. And so yeah, that's going to be my next set building and photo shoot. And Sarah, yes, I mean, it's a straight stitch. Definitely a straight stitch for most of my costumes, and then the lightning shaped stretch stitch. All right. So I think I'm gonna slowly wind down. I meant to stop the stream around 9:20, 9:30, and so. Oh wait, I have some more questions. Thank you, Tori. Tori says that set you made last time was so amazing. Thank you so much. I really have fun doing that. So fun. Um, Neff says, when you've judged cosplay contests, what were some of the things you look for in someone's costume or from the competition? So, judging cosplay contests, like, there's always like this debate with, sewing versus armor costumes. And as a judge, truly, the first thing I'll say is if it's a contest worth its salt, it will have a craftsmanship judging portion where you can talk to the contestants one on one. That's really how you can judge a contest, is you really evaluate what they were going for, you look at their reference, you look at their process, and then you look at the execution and how well they executed the goal, and also how clean their construction is. Like a lot of times a costume will win a contest that maybe doesn't look as impressive from the stage, and it's just because you as audience can't see up close what went into the making of the costume. So um I would say I always look for clean construction. I always take into account what all what different skills a contestant had to implement. If they had to use lots of different skills, and if they executed every single skill really well, that is a higher difficulty level than if it was a like more one or two skills. So that's just something that you have to take into account. I think that's only fair. And like a lot of times it's also about like how things are closed. Like if I really admire and appreciate good closure methods, I think it's really um, easy to make something, but then how do you put it on your body? So is something safety pinned on, or does it have magnetic closures or some kind of a snap closures? And I think that's really cool. Um, so, but each contest is a little different depending on the convention and their rules, and then if there is a like stage competition aspect, there's a skit aspect, then that changes the equation as well. So I will be judging at the Carolina Game Summit coming up in Raleigh, and so we will have a pre-judging like craftsmanship portion. So it'll be really interesting. Like I think one of the questions, what costumes will you be wearing for Raleigh? I have no idea, man. I something comfortable, because this will be my first convention back, and I don't know if I can handle a really complicated costume. I'm just gonna say it straight out. Like I don't know where my stamina is gonna be at. Like, can I even wear heels? For 8 hours. So I'm probably gonna try to choose something comfortable, something not too hot. Like I thought maybe Chun Li or Zenji from Dynasty Warriors. I've made a bunch of costumes like in quarantine, so of course I want to take one of them. So, but maybe one of the KDAs. I don't know. I don't know yet. This weekend I'm gonna make matching masks for some of my costumes, because I will be wearing a mask in Raleigh all weekend. I really hope everybody will, but it will definitely be interesting to go to a convention masked up. So I'll try to make some masks that match my costumes. But it will be hot, I think. So I would try to bring a couple of like electric fans. So, when judging armor, does metallic armor work get a better score than foam crafted or painted armor? Not necessarily. Like if you make armor out of metal, that's very impressive, and we will ask you questions about how you made it, what methods you implemented, and like there is definitely a range, like so if you executed it really well, that will probably get you a high score. But if somebody made foam armor and they executed it very well and they made the foam look like metal, then like it's like I can't just tell you like you're always going to score higher if you make armor out of metal, because cosplay is about, you know, creating the illusion of the character. So we take into account sort of the innovation behind the materials as well. But I can tell you that for really high level contests, um, like the some of the championships that I've judged for ReedPop, where truly every costume you judge is perfect. So then it comes down to looking at the materials and sort of the techniques used. So if somebody made an really amazing, perfect costume, but it's only foam, but then somebody else did a perfect costume, but it was, 3D printed and had lighting and had like, sewn bits and had, um, resin cast bits then on top of foam, then that probably scored higher than just a costume made out of foam. But I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult to judge. It's difficult to every single time, and it's not always the same every single time. Uh, they didn't allow us to do prejudging. We had to judge while they were on stage. Yes, that happens sometimes. I've done that as well, and I would just like freak out every time because it's really, ugh. It's like I hate judging without prejudging, but sometimes certain events just that's just not what they want to deal with. They don't want to. They want it to be not as intimidating, because sometimes contestants want to join a contest, but they don't want to be scrutinized. You know, they want to just kind of go on stage and have fun. So I, I don't know. It depends. It depends on what kind of audience you want to attract, I think. Justine, thanks so much for joining us. I just saw you. Yay. Yes, you'll matching masks for costumes. Yeah, like that's something we never thought about doing. Yes, I know I could just wear katana, but I made katana in 4 days. I'm really not that happy with it. And it also went through like 3 weeks in a backpack. It just got squished in the backpack and so I just don't know if I would ever feel comfortable wearing it at a convention. But no, I'll make like really cute masks with like the same fabrics as my costumes. um, oh, and I think Celeste asked if I will create a video for Carmilla. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like I recorded a little bit of the sewing, but it's like just sewing. Like there wasn't that much that I could record because it's just yards and yards and yards of fabric. But I might maybe do like a little video or maybe like a TikTok or something. I don't know if I will do like a full process video because those take so long to make. I don't know if I can make those anymore because if I'm gonna start doing conventions again, travel again, I don't know if I have time to edit videos. At least those types of videos. I know. But I was thinking in the fall, maybe starting to stream crafting. So I just need to get my schedule together and also have projects that I can craft that are not NDA. Because that was like, I wanted to start streaming earlier this year, but a bunch of the costumes I worked on have been NDA costumes that I can't show. I couldn't show at all for weeks. So it was like, there's no reason to start streaming. I can't show anything. But maybe in the fall, if I can make more costumes for myself, I'd like to start streaming. That'd be nice. So either on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or all three. I don't know, somewhere. Anyway, I think we're approaching 9:30 and I was going to end the stream at 9:30, and also we have the Cosplay Fabrics team behind the scenes, so I should let them go to bed because they've been wonderful and helping me moderate comments. So thank you so much to Indra and Abigail and Emily and Charlene and Nico, everybody that, yeah, a bunch of people are behind the scenes and helped me put together this presentation. So just like they helped me put together the collection. So like, thank you all so much for joining me and helping me launch the Cosplay Fabrics collection. I'm gonna end the stream soon, and but I really appreciate you guys being here. And every time I go live, I like remember like how much I do enjoy it and how I should just start doing it more regularly. So thank you so much, all of you. Please definitely check out JOANN.com or the JOANN stores for the new fall collection. They are in stores now. Cosplay Fabrics has been posting about the new fabrics as well. So if there's anything that you like forgot that I talked about, check the Cosplay Fabrics channels. They also have a YouTube where they post tutorials and crafting ideas with fabrics and foam. So lots and lots of different resources are out there. And if you're going to be in Raleigh for the Carolina Games Summit, I'll see you there. I'll be there Friday through Sunday. I will have my book panel. Please come to my book panel. It'll be the first time I'll be able to talk about the book I wrote about cosplay. And I just really look forward to seeing everyone. So thanks so much. Hi, Alley Cat. Thanks so much. You just bought some today. You just went and bought some fabric. Okay. Now I want to know if you're going to make something. Allie will be at the Raleigh convention with me. So it's going to be fun. All right. I'm going to just end the broadcast because I'm just going to hang out and talk forever. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for being here with me. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Go make some stuff. Bye.